The sound of the rising tide is heard clearly. Listening to the bell, I feel the afflictions in me begin to dissolve. My mind calm.
Actually, yeah, I feel full of energy, full of happiness. Every day it's kind of like a roller coaster from happy, sad, feeling obnoxiously powerful to complete new to this and not being able to do it. But I still feel like I learn more than, I don't know, in 4 years of my PhD. I hope you're not gonna put this there. But it's true. I do feel that I learn more in those 4 days here than I learned during my PhD. Studying emotions, actually, that's what I do in my PhD, looking in people's brain, and so good. I think much deeper work than I thought. I came here like scientist kind of. My background is in neuroscience, so one of the things I came here for was to understand whether it's explainable on some level and whether I can put my head around it. Maybe it's type of hypnotization or something like this. And then I realized that it's something what we don't have quite words for yet, and that a large proportion of the work happens inside, not what is happening outside, and that so much more research needs to be done on this. I learned, what was it? It was really helpful. I had a bit of a crying fit today. And then like everybody helps me with some information. So what did they say? They said, is this already filming it for the thingy?
What thingy? We're just hanging out.
Yeah, okay.
Say whatever you like.
Okay, I learned, I cannot make person to have experience unless they're open to it. So it's not that much about what I'm able to do in that moment. It's similar about the client or who needs to be open and willing to go certain level of depthness, and that made me feel much better.
That's a good question, right? I came because I had an experience with Kundalini for the first time like 2 months ago, and I'm a scientist. I work on investigating the effect of psychedelics and meditation on the brain. So the merge of spirituality and science was kind of close to me, but when I saw this course and when I experienced Kundalini energy for the first time, I just couldn't explain it. So I'm here to learn more about it, and yeah, so far I can't explain it really. So I'm here with my sister. We are both neuroscientists. She works on the effect of emotions in the body, and I work on the effect of drugs in the brain, as well as how meditation works in the brain and breath work and things like this. However, we don't understand how this works because it's about the Kundalini energy and transfer energy between people and cultivating your own energy, and science didn't catch up with this yet, so we are bewildered, pleasantly surprised, but feel very healthy. Yeah, I would recommend to anybody. What I learned, so we learned a lot about techniques we might have heard about, like the meditation, breath work, things like this to relax the parasympathetic nervous system. However, I have never learned about the energy work, like what can happen, how can you activate your own energy, how can you sustain energy, how can you transform pain into pleasure. And that's wild.
I was working with sessions with my clients, and they started moving and having energetic experiences, and I was connecting more with breathing together with them. And so I went on the internet and I was trying to figure out what was happening, and I came into Kundalini work or energy work, but I've always had women guide and women teachers, and I was really feeling the need for polarity work, and you came up because of all the work that you do with duality and non-duality and polarity, so I felt immediately that this is where I needed to be. I have a lot of feminine energy, and I've had a lot of trauma with, let's say, human males. And so this work has allowed me to have compassion for myself and understand myself and understand that I hold both of them inside of me, which is something that is explored in Neo-Tantra as well and in sacred sexuality. But your polarity framework was really in-depth and allowed me to go very deep inside of my own psyche and my own emotions, more than the work that I did with Neo-Tantra and sacred sexuality work. And the energy work and the breathing is something that is personally very beautiful because it allows me to open up and feel myself. I have a very strong tendency to have autocriticism and auto-sabotage. So the way that we work with the breath and the way that we learn to move our energy and just the various tools that you give us really help me to open up, and I can feel it in my heart right now just saying it. So it's work that really opens you to receive the new and let go of the old. And I like how you teach us that anytime something comes out, we want to put something back in, because I felt a lot of emptiness in my life. I felt very lonely. And when you sort of started talking about replenishing ourselves, it kind of landed. I was like, that's why I've been binging on eating and drugs. So a lot of the things that you teach really aligned and resonated for me. My initial intention was coming from my mind. It was this idea that I needed to work with the masculine polarity and integrate that into myself. But what is coming out is actually just self-compassion and self-love. So I think I'm gonna leave here with a lot of more love for myself that I didn't have before, and I'm not gonna criticize myself so much anymore. I'm just gonna do the energy work and just allow for things to happen. So I'm gonna leave with more self-love, acknowledgement of allowing for things to happen and not hold on to them. Contrary to my initial intent, it turned out to be more about this, which is great, because it's not about the mind, it's about the heart. So
I am enjoying the training very much. I started with the online course. I had some experience with energy body work before, but the course has been very helpful for me. The online course is already very helpful to start practicing on yourself and to do exercise at home. But then when you come to the training, you actually can go deeper into the understanding, and also trying in other people really allows you to see what the energy can do, and also the de-armoring part. It's been very, very interesting.